Welcome to Who You Were with Patrick Noth and Sebastian Canelli. In each episode, we ask our guests to talk about a time in their life when they were significantly different.
He's got the best mic. Look at his mic. I mean, he's got like a beautiful concert.
So I know.
The two of us, we kind of have these like drops.
So listen. So Sebastian originally had this mic, but you see this fucking stand? It was like dipping, and then I had to move it, but then I didn't want to put it. So that's why, because it's a straight stand.
Listen to his rage.
No, it's a real stand.
No, that's a nice mic. That's like a mic that you see like a starlet holding in the 20s.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She has that exact. The two of us, we have. Yeah, this is like.
I know, and my mic's been up Gilbert Gottfried's asshole. He uses it for his fucking fart sound.
Dude, I fucking opened for Gilbert Gottfried on the Impact Joker tour.
I knew that he was on the tour.
Yes, he was on the tour, and I got to open for him because he likes to do like a tight 15, and he had a lot of time, an hour. And my buddy JF Harris was like, "Dude, can you come do crowd work in the beginning?" And I got up and did a bunch of crowd work on this cruise.
Oh my god! Now
it was fun.
Now, is it the sort of vibe where they're pranking people on the cruise? Is that part of the element? Like people are like, "Am I getting pranked?"
No, people are. Well, they do a couple pranks.
Okay,
but people are fucking obsessed with those guys.
So it's just to try to be. I get it because it's like a podcast. That's what I realized. I'm like, they're very close to a podcast where you feel like they're your best friend.
Yes,
because you've watched
You know
Joey
what it is?
Joey Fatone was also on there for no reason.
Not no reason.
Well, I mean,
the dude works a day job. He's got to take a vacation.
Right. Well, he was on vacation, but there were other people on there for reasons. And he was just hanging out, fucking partying.
Oh yeah, he was just hanging.
He was killing it.
That's awesome. What was I gonna say? Shut up. Oh yeah, but you know what I like about it? They laugh.
They laugh.
They're
having fun. They laugh. They make each other break. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's fun. Because people. I don't know. I was going to make a point, but I think it's...
No, but I agree with your point, whatever it is, because that...
I like the way this shit's going to turn out already.
Patrick, no.
Yeah.
Yes, Sebastian, yes.
This is incredible.
Oh my God, this is the dynamic that happens every episode.
Dude, because I'm likable. And you come in, let me fix the mics. It's actually because Patrick is like, he's the one who has to organize all this shit.
Right.
So this is going up tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, perfect.
So we're way behind schedule.
Yeah, we were ahead for the first 10, and then we've only been behind.
That's kind of thrilling. It's
exhilarating.
It's exhilarating. We got to get one in. Yeah.
Yes, that's why we're doing. And I'm working that stupid day job all week, and usually we do them during the day. So.
And you both are booked. You're booked like crazy, like cuckoo.
We were both working today.
Yeah.
Isn't it the best when you can just have fun with it? Like it's like the best.
And for people maybe who have not so great brains like us, it's very nice for me to be able to watch that and just be like, this is just fun. That's it. That's all this is supposed to be.
Yeah. You have fun when you do stuff?
I do.
You look like you're having fun.
I'm having fun. Yeah. Yes, right now.
When I watch your videos, I'm like, she's having fun.
In your videos.
Yes, I love. That's probably that's the main time I'm having fun. I would say if I'm performing, that's a good time.
Really?
Yes.
You can kind of tell in comedy, like if somebody's having a good time, it's like effortless. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not me. I got my fucking back is tense as shit. I feel so fucking tight. I gotta get massages after every show.
Oh, I see it. Sebastian's just on the back line. Just you're so tense, waiting for the yes. And
oh my
Everyone
God.
knows you as someone who's wound super.
That's yes.
You know what? It's my curse.
Yeah.
I do. You know what? I do wake up tight in the morning because I sleep. I get tense in my sleep.
Oh, me too. I pulled my back in my sleep. I don't even
really.
Well, not really, but the back problem I have right now, I just woke up with it.
You woke up with it. I
woke up with it.
Yeah.
Today.
I woke up like this.
I woke up like this. No filter. Oh.
Yeah, she knew it. Yeah, you can interpret that any way you want.
Exactly.
You know?
Absolutely.
That's beautiful. How's your salsa? You good?
My seltzer's great. My face, I'm breaking out like crazy. Being back in New York,
you don't look like you're breaking out.
Okay, here's the thing.
I'm so sorry to comment, but I see you're breaking out like that, and you're literally like twisting a twig on you. I don't see nothing. You're making a pimple. You're scamming your face.
I have oil, just dripping dirt on my face.
I saw her before this. She went to the pizzeria. She goes, "Can I just dip my hands in the pizza?" Yeah, you're fucking doing this shit to yourself. How dare you? You don't have a single pimple on your skin. Are you kidding me? And your hands all over you. What you don't have a good mother? She didn't.
Oh God!
She didn't tell you what was going on.
No. See, here's the thing: people who say don't pick, they don't have pimples. When you have something on your face that is like begging you to pick it, you have to pick it.
It's hard not to, you know.
It's so hard not to.
Sebastian, do you never pick?
Look
anything?
at your beautiful skin.
I don't
You have fantastic skin.
Fantastic
Look at the
skin.
skin on this
Look
guy.
at if you guys could see this skin.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
yeah.
I wish
I'm
this
gonna
was a fucking live. I wish this was in 4K.
My God,
Oh, my
I would.
God.
Oh, jeez.
Welcome to Who You Were. My name is Patrick. No.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Limperis. Happy to be here.
Yes.
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 This is amazing, and I'm the
Alyssa-
guest, Sebastian Canelli. Yes, I love this. This is incredible.
Alyssa has a podcast called Crazy in Bed. She has the fucking funniest videos in the world on her
No.
Twitter. Follow her on Twitter and
Yeah.
and watch all these videos.
Tag your Twitter now.
Is Instagram. Where's the
You know
place
what?
of choice?
At Alyssa Limp. ALYSSALIMP. That's
Anywhere.
the same one. You can put that in. You can go anywhere.
Oh my god!
you
Yeah.
want.
You got it.
Do
Anywhere
it
you
now.
want.
Turn the podcast off and just go there.
Yeah, just go ahead.
All right, that's it. You can go home.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you got our listeners. They'll check you out.
Yeah, perfect.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is we bring people on and ask them about a time in their life when things were significantly different or they were significantly different, and they could pretty much pick any era. We usually try to get a before and after picture so we can put it on our Instagram at Who You Were Podcast.
Great.
That's all the business that I need to do.
Great.
I do no business. I do no business. I just sit here. I debate whether to hold the pillow or put it next to me. I literally don't even listen to what he says, and then we'll talk about it. He goes, "What'd you think?" I go, "Oh yeah." I have no idea what he's talking about. This dude, he sent me all these docs. We made Google Docs over this shit. I opened it just so he could say it said scene.
Oh my god!
I opened it just so he could see like the cursor on it. You know, I left it open.
Yes.
Yeah, Sebastian approached me to do this.
No way. This dude was on his hands and knees.
This guy's so full of shit. As soon as we hit record, he's like, this fucking guy. He's like, I don't even fucking want to be here. I don't fucking even live in New York. This guy flies me out here.
Yeah, he puts me up. I'm at the fucking Ritz-Carlton, dude, eating caviar, pissing in robes. It's fabulous.
Pissing in robes.
Listen in robes. That's luxury.
You know
baby.
what? I imagine a silk robe so it would just drip right down. Which honestly does seem luxurious,
To
right?
be able to do that and then just say, I'll need another.
I'll need
to use robes as your diaper. Just silk robes. I'll need another one.
I'll need
Yes.
another one.
You know, I was going to say that's the dream, but I think that's just my mental state right now.
Yeah. Dream bigger.
That's not the dream that I could do that now. I could go home and lie in a bath and just pee.
Yeah, that's like
God.
a lot of people's rock bottom.
Yeah, talk about something else. Hurry up.
That's the dream.
I'm going down. I'm going down. Help me, Patrick. I told you I need help.
Did you pick an era of your life that you wanted to talk about?
Well, no, I didn't.
Yes. Cheers. I'll drink to
Sebastian,
that.
hell yeah!
Sebastian is in a silk
the
robe,
punch.
right?
Not paying because, once you get your dreams, then you don't know where else to go. So I'm going to hold it.
Well, so I'm moving out of New York right now, and I think I was when was I mean, I've gone through a lot of different phases, I feel, but I feel very much like New York was Did you like talking about dark stuff? More or less?
We have done that. We've talked about light stuff, dark stuff. You have a great radio voice, by the way. Do you hear that, Sebastian?
Yeah, let me close my eyes. Say something.
Doritos. you can have one, you can have two, but they'll always be cheesy. Hey,
Honestly, that's pretty good.
That's great.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I know.
There'll always be cheese. I never, I take the cheese for granted in the fucking
We really do. We do.
I know. I never take the crunch for granted because sometimes you don't get the crunch.
Yes.
Honestly, I always take the cheese for granted, but I always am well aware of the number. 1, 2.
I'm counting. I'm counting
you know
bites.
What?
The number?
I forget about the cheese.
No.
Yeah.
No, you guys have never been sick like me. You guys, I never guys when you just literally. Have you ever grabbed a handful of Doritos and tried to put them all in your mouth, and so much so that most of them land on your shirts?
See, now this maybe is a good time to say I got a big old eating disorder. So what you just
I can't relate to that shit. Get out of here.
What you just described is a nightmare. I have nightmares of someone doing to that, and I wake up and I think that, oh God, did I eat that many? No. Yeah, that's probably. I mean, yeah. Let's see. I was definitely very depressed and dark and starving myself in college, and then right when I first came to New York. This was probably before I really found comedy.
So you went to school here?
No, I went to school in Vermont.
Okay.
Where?
Which, like, whoever can be happy in Vermont, you know? That's. Have you guys been there?
Yeah, what's wrong with the Vermont?
You ever been? How long you been there for?
A weekend. The appropriate amount of time to visit Vermont.
You go to Vermont in a weekend and you're like, you've met the mayor, like you've seen everything.
You've been to Ben & Jerry's factory?
Of course.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to do that.
See, there you go. Yeah, okay.
But that sounds stupid. I don't want to look at ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to know. I almost don't want to know how this is made.
Yeah,
it's probably better for all of us. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck that. So where in Vermont?
It was called Middlebury, Vermont.
Yeah, I think I heard of that. Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
Small town.
You ran out of stuff to do.
I ran out of stuff to do.
What were you studying?
I was studying psychology.
Okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't very happy. And I was just...
You're so funny.
I don't know.
I wasn't very happy.
Long story short, not that happy. Now I am. That'll be all.
No, I love you because you're very... You say things in very simple, bold statements like this. So, I was there. I was no good at the time.
Not for me.
Yeah, that wasn't for me. Some people like it. No. I was a disaster. I like this already. No complicated.
Yeah. I mean,
you're bored. You're bored out there.
I don't know if I don't. I think that I was bored and I was not.
What made you decide on that school?
I went and I just remember going and being like, yes, this is where I will go. And I think it was so beautiful and it was so beautiful.
Right,
and it looked like what college looked like. You know, it looked like what college looked like in the movies. So it was just like, let's do this.
There's a campus.
There's a campus. There was,
people walking around, people probably throwing something in the yard.
Yeah. People throwing stuff in the yard, blacking out. Yeah.
And did you stay when you visited? Did you stay for the weekend, or you
stayed for the weekend? I stayed for the weekend, and I was a college, I was a runner, so I went. And
they were recruiting you.
They were recruiting me, so I went for a little recruit weekend.
Long distance, short distance.
Listen, short distance and D3. Don't get too excited. D3.
I promise you could have been the best runner in the world. I wouldn't have gotten excited. You could have been the Flash guy, whatever his fucking name is, and I would be like, oh hey, it must be a pleasure for you to meet me.
Sebastian's got the Flash on the podcast. It's like, all right, just tell me something dark.
Yeah.
It's true. It is just it's just moving fast. It's just it's not very interesting.
No, I mean, I don't know.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's something I can't. I don't have the what's the word?
Everything.
Everything. Yeah. I can't. I just can't do it. I can't emotionally do it. But
no, you shouldn't. It's not fun. It's not good. And I was doing track. So I did track, and I think I wanted to be acting. I wanted to be doing comedy. And a lot of my life is that knowing what I wanted and then building these walls around it to be well, I'll do it then once this thing is over that I just chose to start, where it's I probably could have just come to school in New York or gone to LA, but instead I was well, no, let me do this. And then then I'll do it. It was a lot of then I'll do it.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Yeah.
Well, it's hard to dive in,
It's hard because then you're opening yourself up to you could fail.
Yes.
Whereas if I'm in Middlebury, Vermont, it's I'm so funny. I bet I could be good in New York or LA, but who knows? It's this thing of whereas you have to really do it and fail, but it's scary. So it's easier to just kind of put these things. And I think eating and addiction stuff, I think it's similar too, where it's well, if I'm just the skinniest, then I don't have to worry about having a personality. If my personality's bad or if people don't think I'm funny, well, whatever, I'm at least the skinniest or Right.
It's a control thing.
It's a control thing.
Yeah.
It's
I have control over this.
I have control over this.
Maybe not anything else.
Right. So if I'm failing at other things, I'm always winning at this thing, which is not true because you start losing at every part of your life.
Right.
But it does trick you.
Do you think did it come on gradually or I mean it's hard to ask about because I don't want you to think that I'm is it cool
ask away.
Okay,
yeah.
So
whatever you don't want we cut.
Yes, we can cut it.
Yeah,
we write down the time. Remember?
Yes, yeah. I remember. Yes.
So did it come on gradually or was it something that you can kind of point to a moment where a decision was made or something happened?
Fuck you, dude. How dare you ask
Patrick,
me that?
How dare you? How dare you fucking do that? So what What type of cartoons do you like? So let's talk cartoons. What are we talking?
Man.
No, it came on. I think I've always had complicated relationships with my body. Like, I don't ever remember being fully like okay with my body. But once I went to college, I was like very in love with this guy. He broke up with me. My grandpa died. I was at school. I wasn't near my family. I wasn't doing anything I liked. And I don't remember it happening until it was bad. And then I remember just being like, this isn't bad and I can't stop it.
Yeah. And are we, which our eating disorder are we talking about?
Oh, yes. The less fun one, anorexia.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's the least fun.
The least fun. Yeah, it's the least fun.
That's the least, romantic.
It's the least romantic, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so freshman year?
No, it was sophomore year. I think freshman year, maybe it was freshman year, but then it kept going. So I think, I guess freshman year onward.
You know, I don't know. I don't know that I've talked to anyone in depth about anorexia. Like, so I don't know exactly. Like, I know it is like an addiction, or it's compared to an addiction, but I don't know exactly how it works. Is it cool to ask you for like?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it just works by you kind of just, for a while you're not eating, you're not giving your body what it needs, and then it's so weird because now, like, I would never bring myself to the point of not doing it, but your brain, something switches in your brain where you get really scared of eating. You get like I would have dreams of eating food. You get your body just it is telling you lies basically, and so you stop. You really are convinced that if you eat, you are failing.
So you have a dream, and in the dream, food is bad, and you're eating it, and then you're scared when you wake up.
Yes, terrified when I wake up.
That's wild.
And it would just be because and I wouldn't be able to sleep really well. I had to drop some classes. It was just like because your brain, that's the thing. Your brain needs food.
Yes.
Your brain, like that's the thing. I wish we told people more. It's like your brain, like enough with the body. Like your brain literally needs food to operate. But so I stopped, and then basically. The recovery is just so hard because you have to do what you've been working so hard to not do. So it feels like so bad. It feels so bad. And so that period it's really bad because you're gaining weight and you're doing the thing you're undoing it. And then, it's been a long road since, but now it's control. It's controlled, but it's a fight I would say almost every piece of food I eat, it is not like, I don't just eat it.
It's analyzed.
It's analyzed. Yeah.
Wow. So I have a question about how long? Like how long did this go on?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably really bad for like 6 months, and then it's so weird because you can be physically healed, and you can be like I can look a certain way, and I can look healthy or whatever, but it's every meal. It comes up every day. So even if I'm in a better place, it's one of those things where you can slip into relapse, or you can have little quickly because it can. But because you have to eat, you have to have a relationship with food. You have to. Yeah, it's coming up all the time. Things where you just can like go cold turkey. I don't need it anymore. Right. Yeah. And what would you eat like during this time? Like what would you allow yourself to eat? Well, it was just a very all just basically just protein. Like it was just I used to eat, I just remember like rice cakes and cottage cheese was basically what I like lived off of. But it's like you're not living as a full person. I really remember just drifting through days. Like I was horrible. I was not nice. I was not fun. I was not funny. I was cold. I was like, I would sleep all the time just to try to like forget. I would black out all the time because I would have like 2 glasses of wine and then that'd be it. Yeah. So, and I think at the root of it for me was I wasn't feeding my soul at all. Like now, if I have a day where I am doing everything I love, I don't think about food at all. That's the healing thing. If I'm doing a video, if I'm doing this podcast, I'm not thinking about food. So I think it's with mental health. It's like you gotta look at it wasn't just the food. It was like I just was so Yeah, we've talked about that before. Like it could be anything. Like people choose something to numb out with or control their life with when it seems out of control.
Does it feel numb to do it?
Yes, it feels really numb because you are so out of it almost because
I could speak of food on the other end.
Yes.
And it feels numb.
I think it's yes.
It's you do it so you do it you do it so you feel so full that you can't think.
Yes.
That you not like it's like drugs,
Yep.
you go, and you
exactly.
can just sleep.
Yes. And I think it's that exact same thing in the other direction. I read this book, Hunger by Roxane Gay. Have you guys ever read it? No. It's a very dark book, but it just made me realize, like, food for everyone. We're all using it the same way. Like, if you're either you're restricting or you're using it, but we're all using it it's an emotional. It's an emotional thing.
Did you grow up with food?
I did.
What are you? Italian?
Greek. Yeah.
So
it's food was at the yes.
And so it was like, you feel good, we give you food.
Exactly.
I grew up same thing.
Italian?
Yeah, Italian. Yeah. You feel good. Let's feel good. Come on, let's eat.
Exactly. Come on over. Let's eat.
You're sad? Yes. Come here. Oh, we just had a funeral? Come here. Let's go get food.
Literally, yes. The other day we went to dinner and it was 2 p.m. and we went to, because my dad passed, and we went to,
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Yes, my dad passed a few years ago, and that, I would say, was the biggest wake up of my fucking life, of just like, even if I have eating thoughts or depressive thoughts or I really try to think like, my dad did not get to live and he wanted nothing more than to live. Yeah. And so how dare I? And so it's really helped me actually since he died, I think that's been I've been the most mentally like stable, weirdly enough, just because I have him as just like, no, you don't get, I was so numb for so much of life. I was so depressed. I was choosing to just not choose. I know it's like, you can't choose, but
it's habits.
It's habits.
It's like, it's easier to be hurting yourself and know that feeling of hurting yourself than it is to change and know that you'll feel better.
Of course. It's that same thing we were talking about going to Vermont and building walls. It's easier to just create, how could I be happy in this situation? Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this stuff like that we use to numb or control is like rooted in, there's some kind of cycle of shame that takes place. Like, I don't know if that's like, at least, for addiction and alcoholism for me, and then I observe it in myself, even with food or whatever, whenever I like go to something to numb out. Is there something that is equivalent to that? Like when you're anorexic?
Yeah, I think the feeling of, at the end of the day, of I beat the system. I didn't give in to what I wanted. I starved myself. I ran. I am like going to bed emptier than the feeling of emptiness I crave still, and I try to find it in different. I do crosswords because I don't know. I try to find the sense of like, Impractical Jokers. I like numbing, and so there is this sense of just emptiness, like clearness that it's not that.
No, I
it's
get
tricking you because it's not.
No, but you got to find a healthy version of that, because no matter what, you're not going to be able to change who you are.
And that's what my therapist always says. Like, I don't want to just tell you like, stop starving yourself. I want to tell you like, whenever you're thinking of starving yourself, think of like, okay, what else can we get that could feed that same feeling?
What do I do?
CBT.
I do CBT. Cognitive behavioral
I do.
Oh, I thought you meant CBD oil. I was like, I do that too.
No, I do straight fucking Buddha.
Hey, I just moved to LA. Hell yeah, brother. Yes.
Foot in the air.
You know us Italian Greeks. Give me a foot five.
We touch feet.
It's our thing.
No, but I do that. So it's the same kind of concept. It's like, stop. You wait. You think. Why do I want this right now?
Yes.
What can I do? What's good enough now that will prevent me from doing the harmful behaviors that I normally do for myself?
And have you found any?
Yeah, but I'm so in it. I'm
no.
I'm fucked. I'm not fucked. My therapist high fives me every so often because I'm doing all right. But like, I'm more aware of how I'm like aware of what I'm doing wrong. And like, so there's these stages of like, I know with art, it's like being unaware and bad, being aware and bad, and being aware and good.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I think I'm totally in the aware and bad phase, which is almost the hardest phase
I
of them
agree.
all.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Because unaware and bad, at least like you're doing things that are harmful, but like at least you're like, fuck it, it doesn't matter right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I was in aware and bad for like the past year when I first started therapy for like the past year and a half. And you guys, I just want to say right now that I think for the first time, I'm aware and good right now. I fucking feel you guys. I mean, I'm not like skipping down the street, but I'm so fucking grateful. Like, so I can't even fucking believe it when you get past that shit.
Yes.
And you're just like, it feels, and you're all grateful and you like yourself and you like other people. You're like, oh, my life is good. My friends are nice.
Yes.
They don't like hate me or whatever.
Yes. Yes, I know. And I think do you guys do this? Like, I think I get so, like, so I'm just moving to LA, and that is like terrifying to me, because I do feel like I was aware and good. And then anytime I have to change, even an apartment, I go crazy. I go crazy. Like, I had to leave my apartment in the East Village and I moved to Brooklyn. And when I tell you, I was like shaking, because I was so, when you've been so dark, like when you find a thing, like, when you find a thing that you do feel aware and good, it's like, I can't change a fucking thing.
Absolutely. I know.
If my people
you just
around,
want to keep the streak going.
It's like, no. And
oh God.
And people around me are like, no, it's not the apartment. Look here. It's just walls. Like, this place isn't going to change. But I'm like, I don't know. What if it is, like, it could be, what if this one change then sends me back? Yeah.
Sometimes we talk about that as like, Sebastian and I have talked about it as like, almost like it's an excuse too.
That's
like,
true.
It's like when you're in a hotel or whatever, you're like, well, I'm in a fucking hotel. So all bets are fucking off. I'm gonna go insane.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
It sucks. I feel like I go back. I feel like it's hard because you go back and forth, and it's you when you know that it's like, how do I break out of it? And it's like, for me, what I talk about is just trying to make the time shorter.
I like that.
Yeah.
Just it's not about that I'm gonna not fuck up.
Yes.
I can't. My therapist hates when I use these say fuck up, because it's not when I'm not treating myself as I want to be treating myself. Right?
Totally.
It's about like having the skills and resources inside of me to adjust quicker.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. There's a song I like. I like country music. Can I stay? I mean, there's some cool rock guitars around here. I feel this is a non-country zone.
Yeah. No, I love country music. I mean, there's certain bands
I'm huge into country.
I'm huge.
Mark McGrath.
No.
The Goo Goo Dolls.
I fuck with the Allman Brothers.
Kanye, Marilyn Manson. Jay-Z, he's my favorite.
Lyle Lovett, I like.
Lyle Lovett? Who's that?
Fucking Lyle Lovett, man. He's a big, weird-looking dude who married Julia Roberts.
Oh my God. I don't even know him. I'm like...
I think that's right.
I like trashy top 40 country.
So what's the lyric that you like?
I still go a little crazy sometimes, but now I don't stay there as long. Which nice. I like. It's nice, and it's true. Shit, it's just like, it's okay. Like, I can have a low point, or I can go a little cuckoo, but then it's like, I know we have more tools. That's what I remember too. Like, because I was like, I had a friend kill himself, and I just like, I lost every sense of everything. It was the worst time of my life, and I think, like,
how old were you?
I was right after graduating college. So what's that, like? 21, 22, which I think
29.
We got to be looking out for that age group. I think that's
the hardest.
That is because you've had structure your whole life, and then you're spit out.
Yeah.
I lost my friend, and I've never been darker, and I think I whenever I tell people, and it was an apartment that I associate with real darkness. Yeah. And so anytime I move, I think this could be the place where I end up in that spot. And people always have to remind me, no, your life has changed so much. You have so many tools. You have so many things now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said it was a 6-month period, around a 6-month period. Yep. How did you, what was the impetus for change?
So it was definitely it was physically starting to take a toll. I had to leave the track team. I had to my body was not, my limbs were not doing well, and I had so it was bad. I was blacking out a lot, and I got very lucky that nothing bad happened to me.
Blacking out when you were drinking?
Yeah.
Not just walking around.
Yeah, but that's a good question. But yeah, that I do now. just like,
how do I get into Barnes and Nobles? I guess I do need 4 calendars.
Yes. Oh God. But I remember I had a couple bad drinking experiences where it was just like, I got lucky that there were nice men in Middlebury, Vermont. But and then I remember I had one of my best friends who's like so funny, so fun. She's still one of my best friends. She's amazing. And she just one day was like, you are not fun. I don't like you. I don't like being around you anymore. I know it's not you, but you are not, whatever you're doing, I'm sorry. I don't like you.
That's a good friend.
And something about this person who I loved so much, everything was trying to make me, it was all to try to make me feel better about myself and feel cooler. And then I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And so I don't know, something about that day, but I remember going to a therapist and just being like, okay, I'm ready to fix this. And now it's, 10 years later, whatever. But yeah, not 10.
Do you guys think you could do that?
How old am I? Where am I?
I don't know how old you are. I have no reference point.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you could do that for a friend? Like, depending on...
I can't do that for myself, bro.
I know.
But that's a different question, It's different.
Yeah. Because it's hard. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy. But it's a good friend thing.
I've had people do it to me. I've done it to a friend.
You've done it to me.
What do you mean?
You've been like, dude,
shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, because you sometimes need to get a fucking bop in the head. It's so annoying sometimes.
Actually, you do that to me often.
Doesn't do it when people are at rock bottom. He just does it every day.
I put him in check. I go, come on, dude, you're chewing so fucking loud. This isn't you. I don't like you no more.
Not the chewing. I'm not talking about the chewing.
This dude's chopping on nicotine gum 24/7, dude.
Oh man, no, not the chewing.
Not the chewing.
It's hard to do that though.
Yeah,
that's a good friend.
Are you
still friends with her?
Best friend. She's the person who got me through my dad's death. She's amazing.
How do you feel when she said that to you?
I just remember feeling like, no. I can't. I can't have this. She's so funny. She's so,
you were sad that she was sick.
Yeah, and I was like, no, that means I need to change.
Was she back home or was she at school with you?
At school. But we come from the same background.
Okay.
Our dads went to high school together. So it's just, she was someone who very much felt like my person.
She was your people.
Yeah. And so hearing that,
Is it too much to ask what the recovery process is like?
No, it's just long. It's just long and with lots of blips. I mean, because you're just being...
Blips. I don't hear that word often.
Yeah. Blips. Listen, there were a lot of blips. I'll tell you that much. Yep.
That's a fun word. Is that only used for when you're...
No,
it's just for recovery, yes.
No, they use it all the time in Lord of the Rings. They're like, there's going to be many blips.
There will be blips.
I don't watch that nerd shit. Are you kidding me? I watch porn 24/7. Only girls, no dudes. I'm not like that. Only girls.
I've never even seen another penis.
No.
You know what I do? I put my thumb up in front of the dude and just all day long. I got it in the. You ever seen a rapper's apartment where they got Scarface going all day?
Yeah.
I got lesbians. This is disgusting. I shouldn't. I literally.
It's just no. You know what your entry point was? Fucking shut up about the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he had to prove he was cool for so long that it got to that he only watches
sick?
one.
That's my idea of cool because I grew up
100%. Yeah,
because I grew up a little scumbag, and my idea of cool is you know what I have on my screen 24/7? Inspirational quotes telling me you're the best, Sebastian. Treat yourself nice,
Absolutely.
you fucking bad motherfucker. That's more of where I am at now, but that's the 12-year-old version of me that I show the world.
You know what's crazy is I realized this on the last episode. We were talking about middle school. We were talking to Eric about middle school, and we were talking about like fucked up shit we did in middle school. But we all regressed, and we were like, "Oh shit, you kicked that dude in the fucking head." We were like excited that he kicked the dude in the head.
Totally.
And then afterwards, I was like, "What? Was I excited that he kicked someone in the head?" Like I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" But
God,
go back there.
Oh God, middle school. What a time.
Oh, man, that's brutal.
That's brutal too.
Fucking brutal.
So what happened with these blips?
So these blips. So the problem is you have to. So yeah.
I'm so sorry.
The blips happen.
I'm so sorry. You know what? I know I'm not good at this, and nobody out there thinks I'm good at this, and that's half the charm. I literally go, let me get as much ice as possible to swirl around by the fucking mic. Oh God.
Oh, hey Sebastian.
Yeah, what's up?
Come on, look at your phone. You're doing great.
You're doing great.
Why should I look at my phone?
People fucking love you.
Your background says you're doing great.
Oh yeah. It says you're killing it.
You're killing it.
Mindset of greatness. Follow on Instagram. I follow that shit. Fucking giving hearts all day. I can't like my fucking cousin's new baby, but I like a quote be like, say yes to yourself. Some bullshit. And if you ever follow this shit, you'll see all of a sudden occasionally I'll comment with the preach hands, the thank you hands, or the hands up in the air. And I'm commenting to no one. No one knows I follow this. But for me, I go, I need to give this the thank you hands today.
I think that's the sickest feature on Instagram Instagram that if I were to follow that, I would see almost exclusively just what you comment. Do you know when that happens? You follow like a food account and then you see just your one.
Oh, yes,
and it puts them first and it puts their comments up there. So yeah, you're being watched.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. People need to know.
People need to know. That's a good quote. So the blips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get. I just remember I would literally email with my person every day about what exactly I was eating, and you relearn how to eat in a lot of different ways. I had a lot of different therapists. They were good.
You weren't in a place.
No,
you were out.
No, I was out, but I was at my college still, and I would just go in every day to this. Yeah,
and like check in and
with this woman who really is very amazing too, and she's helped me throughout. Yes, my life. But
and are you still in contact with her?
We check in with each other. Yes, but I don't know. This is another thing. We're going on tangents, but do you guys find this when you've been in really dark moments? Like when you ask me that, my stomach drops when I see her name pop up. Sometimes it's like when there are people who've been so in the trenches with you, sometimes it's like I almost just want to. I know I should, but I don't even like keeping in contact because it reminds me that I was at that place and I feel so far from it. And then you see the name pop up and you're like, ooh, that's closer than I want to remember. It's better to just, Yeah,
I went on a long trip in August, and when I was coming back to this apartment, I was starting to feel better. And when I was coming back to this apartment, I was fucking worried because I was like, when I moved in here is when I first got super depressed. And I was like, I don't want to go back to that apartment.
I know.
It's okay. It's just an apartment.
It's just an apartment. Yeah. And then you build around it. And it's exactly like we said, maybe it's easier to just blame the apartment because it wasn't Yeah. And,
if anything,
if this apartment can make you depressed, I
think it was the first time in my life where I had like a stable living situation. My body was like, okay, I'm going to shut down.
Totally. But I think that's true too, that like I like building my life in chaos because then all I have to do is like dodge the world. Yes. And then I'm like, I did it.
You're in fight or flight.
Yeah. Whereas once you have a nice, like that's what Brooklyn was for me. It was like a really nice place and it was quiet and calm. And I remember just being like, oh, I'm going to be there. Like, you're going to be there.
Sure. Yep.
Whereas if you're in a place with a lot of people, it's like, I just, can hide in my room.
I feel like now I have to be like, I have to do shit because I like myself, not because I need to fucking do it. Like, I have to do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is a harder thing to do for some reason.
I know. It is.
Until it isn't.
Until you just do it and you're like, that was fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please. I have to ask myself, I go, what do I even like?
I know.
Yeah.
I ask myself that all the time.
Just because I'm so sick in the head, you know?
Yeah. I know. I do that too. I don't know. Literally crosswords is one of them. That's
or what do I want to work on?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a hard one too.
Yeah, that's a hard one too.
Like it's like, what do I want? Like not like, what do I think will get A, B, or C?
Right.
It's hard.
Yeah. But I do feel lucky that we have this because I do feel that like performing in comedy has been
oh man,
as long as we have that, we're always like, okay, in a way. We all like, imagine if we didn't have that.
No, I know. Please, it saved my life.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
It is
You have
terrible.
no fucking idea.
Hey, look at me.
Yeah, you share with me and you have no fucking idea what I've been through. You have no idea my life. I've been through some shit. You have no
would never
fucking idea.
believe.
So this program. If the audience can't tell, my body was hilarious during that bit too. It wasn't just the words. My body got into it.
He committed. Yes, I felt it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, but yeah, I feel very lucky. It is funny that Sure. We're all just like, we need it.
I was just doing drugs before, and I needed to not do drugs.
Were you really doing drugs?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of drugs?
Painkillers. They were good.
They were good, but now I have improv, and actually, it's very similar.
Sure.
No, it's never the same. It's just
It was just I just need to. I used improv to avoid stuff too. Then for a while,
totally,
absolutely, man. So I had to. It
was just a healthier. It's the replacement. It's like the crossword bullshit.
I know.
You know?
Yep, it's a better way to disassociate.
Yeah,
right.
Because that's essentially like what I realized the other day is I'm like, I go on stage and play pretend.
Yes,
and I'm not even like I'm just in my head having fun.
And I think that's why I started really liking doing characters, because I had a problem with improv where I was too in my head. I couldn't play. I was too in my head, and then I would beat myself up about everything I did, and then I was like, well, this isn't helping.
Sure.
And characters is very fun for me because that to me feels like I don't have to be. I get to be this person for a little while. I can sit in her or him.
What about this? Do you like this?
I fucking hate.
Really?
No, I love it.
I even you hate it. Honestly,
she has her own podcast. She means she hates our podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please. Everyone that listens hates it. Please, we're deleting 1-star reviews every other day.
Can we do that? Can you do that?
No.
I love this because there's no immediate. I don't care if people hate it. I'll never know. If people like it, I'll never. I don't care. We get to talk and we get to riff and have fun, and then we leave it. Whereas the improv, it was just the immediate like, oh no, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Whereas with stand up, even and characters, it's a little bit more like, even if I fuck up, I can fix it the next time. Improv, it's like, that was it. I'll never be able to fix it again. I can't go back, and so we're done. So I think it caused me a lot of anxiety. Whereas like, just to do characters and stand up, I felt like, okay, this is a nice sweet spot.
I do want to go back to the Patrick. We gave you the good mic, you asshole. How dare you? You fucking disrespect me.
I fucking tried to give you this mic. I tried to give you this mic, Sebastian. You broke my stand.
All right, what are you gonna do? So every day you have to think about what you're gonna eat.
Well,
or at this time you have accountability.
This time, I think. No, I'm at a stage where I don't have to think about it as much, because it used to be that I really had to think about it, because right after there was a really like, I didn't want to do it so badly that it was a real like, hey, someone had to keep me accountable, and I cheated all the time.
Did you tell friends?
I had a couple friends who I told, but for a while it was a secret, because once I started telling people, then you really have accountability. Then you have
Isn't that the fucking worst?
It is, but it's also the best because it starts to heal you. And even if it's scary, it does. I do feel like now that I talk about it, it's not as much of a secret hiding place.
I know. Yep. You know what's sick? I have to go on diets. I go on diets, right?
Yeah.
And so for years I never told nobody, right? And we keep it secret. Now I try to be more open. Right now I'm fucking up because I'm mentally disgusting for these past couple of weeks.
Yes.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
I need to fuck up right now.
You know, this is a paradox because you can't beat yourself up over it, because then it just compounds it and makes it worse.
I'm just going through some stuff, and so I need to be like okay with making some mistakes.
Absolutely.
Right now. Yep. So but like for me, like the past year or so, I started telling people, and it's so weird. Nobody's gonna look at me and be like, "Oh, he's on a diet. Wow, Sebastian, ew," you know, right? If anything, they're gonna be like, "Oh, good for you, Sebastian. He's trying. He does it. He wants to change something about himself, and he's trying."
Yeah.
But the
and no one cares about us as much as nobody gives a shit. They don't care.
Well, actually, speak for yourself. actually, you talk for you. You talk for you. I'll talk for me on this podcast, okay? Right? Whenever you hear this fucking Fabio voice coming out, you know that's Sebastian talking the truth for him. Where's my water at?
What do you mean Fabio voice? Do you mean like tone-wise is Fabio?
I don't know. I just meant hunky.
I just meant hot.
I meant hot as shit. What's that? Vin Diesel?
No, people don't know what you look like, but they picture Fabio when they hear your voice.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
No, it's true. You get held accountable, but even just... Right, like it's the same thing where it's like you don't now. I hate the feeling. I'm thinking about it so much. I don't want when I'm eating for other people to think about it too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like say we had a bowl of popcorn here right now. Now all of a sudden it's like now if I eat, do you know what I mean? It adds a layer of. It's just weird.
I think I know what you mean, because when I used to drink, and when you're an alcoholic and you drink, you want to just keep drinking forever. And I would always like gauge how much alcohol was in the place that I was in, and I was like, okay, like how much is it appropriate for me to drink of that, and like what's my plan for later? You know what I mean? So I'm thinking about it's like obsessive. I'm thinking about it obsessively.
God, I remember. Like looking up menus. I remember bringing like certain dressings to restaurants, so that, and like I always had to know like what is my food situation for the day. And now I don't think about that at all. You know, now I can roll with the punches. I can eat whatever. I can trust that my body will do the like it will. I'm not as I trust if my body's telling me it's hungry, it's hungry. But I really do think my dad dying was huge for that too. Of just like. It's so short. It's so short. It's so short.
You know, X said something when she was on the podcast, the same thing, like similar thing. She was just like, you know, she was talking about her brother dying, and she was just like, after that, it's like, why why waste time?
Yes.
Why waste any time?
Yeah, and I know, and it really, I thought we were guaranteed this certain amount of time, and then something like that happens, and you're like, oh, we're not guaranteed shit. Like we could, get hit on our way home here. So it's. Problems still come up, but I try a lot more to just be like, enough. Yeah.
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 If you could like go back and talk to yourself at that time, like what would you say?
I think what my friend told me was great. Of just like, this isn't what this isn't a cool version. You're more than this. You're more than your stupid body. It doesn't matter. And no one likes you for your body. People, that's the thing. And find your people. I think if I had found because when you're around your people that you love, it doesn't matter. And like even my boyfriend now, I love him so much. And he's so good for me. And when I was with all these people that I was just kind of hiding it was all a hiding. I was dodging myself for so much of life.
Yeah.
So when Patrick talks about the alcohol in the room, what is that for you then? It would be like
being preoccupied with.
Or is this triggering?
No. No, nothing. I feel like it's too late for me to now do the riff, and now it's weird. But I was just okay. Well,
do it. Ready? You want me to set you up again? What I ask you? I'm so in the moment.
I just told him. Literally, he said the alcohol thing, and then I was like, "Oh man, same for me with food." And then I think you blacked out, and then you came to after I said, and you said, "So what about?"
Because that was I talked about the alcohol thing when she was talking about the popcorn, because I was like, I know what you're talking about, because you're going to be preoccupied with thinking about the popcorn.
So, but I meant like, what is that? You eating enough to seem like you're eating? That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. But
you want to do the joke again?
Yeah, let's do the joke again.
Okay,
let's try it one more time, because I don't think I landed it either. So let's try it again. Well, I'll try a little different spin.
Right, and now everyone.
And I'm not in this, right?
No, you can. I think you can help.
Yeah, you can help, right? Okay, everyone's gonna see how bad an actor I am. Right? So, shut up. Okay. So, Alyssa.
Your voice just becomes like Elvis.
Shut up, I'm trying.
Like Jackson in A Star Is Born. So, Alyssa, what happened
I'm on the deep end.
I love your nose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I wish it was bigger.
Let me fuck it. Can you let me fuck your
and
nose?
Lady Gaga's a smoke show in the whole fucking movie, and it's like, you're ugly, girl.
Yeah, no, you're not. That's the thing, yeah. It's, oh, God, that movie was, did you guys watch it?
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
I seen it.
Oh, my God, it was good, yeah.
So, I
don't even have a comeback.
So when Patrick is over here and he's talking about his like how we would be in a room and like gauge the alcohol, what is that for you?
For me, that's orange juice, man. I look around the room, I say, where the fuck is the freshest orange juice, and how much can I drink?
Yes. Nice.
You know what's weird too is another comparison I was thinking about is when you were talking about having that dream, because when I first got sober, and this happens to a lot of people that get sober, is you'll have a dream that you're like drinking and doing coke and like, and then you'll like wake up terrified, as if you had done it.
And isn't that crazy? What is that? It's our brains. Like it's just our brains are so scared it's just
I think like it's like I heard somebody say once that it's like your brain telling you like that is a fucking scary thing.
Yes,
that's a scary thing.
Yes, but yeah. You're like, I had a dream about a hot babe. Man,
no, you want to hear a dream I had?
Yeah, please.
When I was a kid, I had this dream about this seafood buffet, and it was the biggest seafood buffet you've ever seen. They had crab legs, and lobsters, they had scallops, they had everything. And I go, Ma, one day I go, Ma, I always think about this dream I had about this awesome seafood buffet. And my mother goes, that wasn't a dream. We fucking went there. So I don't even know it's real no more. I gotta get one of those fucking Inception coins.
How old were you when you went there? How old were you?
I must have been like 12, 10, 12.
And when did you have this conversation? How long was this dream?
I must have been 19. I've been thinking about it was a dream.
Sebastian's like, Ma,
7 years.
Ma, I got this imaginary friend. He's so fun. He's so nice. He kind of looks like me. Sebastian, that's your brother.
Yeah, that's some real shit right there.
That's too funny. Yeah,
that's one of the only funny stories I have.
Well, you could use it again. I mean, that one has legs. I would listen again. Yeah, that's a good one.
He does it every episode. He does that one.
Yeah, shut up. That's why they come back. Hey, Patrick.
How's he gonna weave it in?
Yeah, come on, shut the fuck up.
That's so funny.
Sebastian begged me to do this podcast.
No, I didn't. This dude's coming over. He's giving me a stipend.
Text messaging me, dude. I really just want to do something with you. I'm like, dude, I'm busy right now.
Oh God! When you just said I'm busy, oh God! I remember still when you made that squad video. That was so funny. My squad,
Posse, yeah.
Posse.
Yeah, she loves the video.
I loved.
She barely knows the name.
I love that video.
Oh, this is hitting Patrick's ego.
No.
Look, his eyes are shut.
Honestly,
He can't even look.
I'm happy. Somebody referenced something that I did.
No, yeah,
that video, I remember, because that was really
at least
before,
you've done a video.
A lot of people weren't doing videos back then.
It was a long time ago.
It was one of those times where it was like, oh God, that was so.
It was fire.
It was fire. It really
Willie
was.
Appleman was in it.
That's true. Yeah,
he was a star, right?
Yeah, Willie was the big star of that.
I just can't give Patrick shit. I'm sorry.
Jeremy Bent was in it too.
Of course,
he was like the co-star of it.
Nice.
I don't even remember because it was.
Matt Cutler.
There's a picture of it on the wall behind you.
There is, yeah.
It's
me. It's when we shot it. It's with the steady cam.
Yeah,
walking down the street with everybody.
I only see one of what looks like Jesus getting head.
No, that's hard to explain.
No, yeah, that's hard to explain. Yeah.
So there's one right there. It's probably got a lot of glare on it, but it's actually right next to the picture of Jesus getting head.
There is one. You should throw that up on the Instagram and see what people think it is.
It's not Jesus getting head.
No, I know. And you know why? Because the man's too old. It's like Moses. It's Moses catching dome from a fucking leopard.
You'll be healed. You'll be healed.
Oh, yeah. You go, I'll make you walk, you stupid fuck. Come here. All it takes is a couple inches, brother. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But if my grandma's in heaven, tell Jesus my bad. Because I'm not giving that woman shit. I won't give that woman an inch. Who knows what happens? I only knew her as an old sweet lady. Who knows what she was when she was young? Oh. She might have been pickpocketing people.
Oh, yeah.
I think I really... something really hit me that you said earlier, which is like you were around a bunch of people where you felt like you couldn't be authentic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it was by design. I think it still was it was just this thing that even up until recently, like even that, I did, my first years, I think that's why New York's so hot for people because it's like, I can keep doing this at a greater degree. I can just run. I can move apartments. I can hide. I can be busy. But I think it's, again, like we were talking about, it's not a bad vice. It's better than starving myself. So it helped me with the transition to loving myself and being my most authentic self for sure. And I recommend New York for anyone who's dealing with, I think it's a great, Sure, because either you're going to go down or up. Right. And I think sometimes people, I feel like I didn't have an exit. So I was just boxed. And then whenever I feel like I don't have an exit, I don't eat. And with New York helps you just kind of, there's always an exit. You can just... But I think now I live. I think
New York is kind of a drug.
It is.
Because when I go other places, I'm just like, I love it. And then after a few days, I'm like, I have to get back. Right. Because the hustle. It's great. It's a drug. And being in LA, I live in this really low key street. If I'm walking, I'm the only one who's walking. But it's good for me. We'll see but for now, it's good for me. You moving with someone? I moved in with a random person, cool. And he's really great. Nice. A friend of a friend. Mm-hmm. And it's good, but it does force you to kind of sit with yourself for a second. Yeah. But Yeah, that's hard. Sitting with yourself. Hard. I have trouble with myself. Because we're dangerous to ourselves. Yeah. We're I'm the worst. Yeah. I'm the worst. Which is so funny because both of you strike me as people who it's like, I'd love to be around you all day. You both are people who it's like, oh, you have such good, it's like. You have no idea who I am alone. Yeah. And isn't that crazy that all of us, and that's why I hate when people kill themselves and everyone's like, but they were so happy. I'm like, come on, don't be dumb. Yeah. That's not, Isn't it crazy too how you will be isolated and you will be super depressed and then you'll force yourself to do just even a minor interaction with other people and you'll be like, oh, it'll just take you out of it. Yes. Well, that's why I want to do this with Patrick. Yeah. That is true. That's why. It has nothing to do with me doing comedy stuff. I want to get out of the house and I want to
Because if you don't see me for a while, that's no good.
Agreed.
That's no good if you don't see me. And I talk to my therapist about it, and I go, but I'm so different when I'm with these people and these people. I go, that's the real Sebastian when I'm at home. She goes, no, that's not true.
Yeah.
She goes, they're both the real Sebastian.
Yes.
She goes, they're both real, and how dare you just think that the dark side is real and not the light side?
Right.
Because
for me,
people light me up.
Yes.
I don't know. Go ahead.
No.
Well, I was going to say, Sebastian, I think you initiated, or when we started talking about this, it was at a time where nobody saw me. Like I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. Oh, I think I came over and we hung out a bunch before we started doing it.
Yeah, for sure. And it helped me out a ton.
Yes, and that's the same with me and May. It's the same with me and May. May, she's someone who also deals with addiction and eating disordered stuff. And
you need people.
And we just there's
May's the woman that confronted you.
No, May does Crazy in Bed with me, the podcast that we have.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that girl I have not. I didn't expose her.
Okay,
she's not in comedy.
Yeah, don't expose.
You don't expose people who aren't. Yes,
they didn't ask for shit.
No.
What if you never got around people who you feel like you could be your authentic self around? Like, what if?
Wouldn't be good. It would have been bad.
Yeah.
I would have never healed.
Yeah.
I would have never. I would still be. Yeah, it would not be good. And
What if you hadn't had access to like therapy at your school? Like, what would you have had any resources outside of like a school provided?
No, I think it would have been. I'm very lucky. I feel very lucky.
Same. Yeah. I mean, isn't it crazy how like I think about that a lot. Like I've had a lot of help, and especially in the past like year and a half. But even in the past, like it's been a privilege even to get sober.
I know.
It's incredible. Like it's like I feel very lucky.
Me too.
Do you use that word, sober?
No, I don't use that word. But I think it's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I went to one of those. What's it called?
OA. Yeah.
OA.
Yeah, I went to one of those once, but I couldn't relate to nobody.
Yeah.
But I think that was also me not wanting to.
I know.
Also, those are fucks because everyone's there for a different reason. It was not specific enough.
Right. And that's, I was always scared of mine because I just knew I would get competitive. I just was like, this is not going to, if I see people around me and I feel like the biggest one, it was just like, this isn't going to be good for me.
Oh, really?
Because with body stuff, it's just so, I don't know.
It's evident.
It's evident. And so you're like, but I do think I think all you need, once you have your first person who you feel like, oh, this person, we see each other, then I think now it's just been a learning thing of like, how many more people can I collect that we feel this way with each other?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Also, I feel like we've been lucky on this podcast to bring people on who essentially like, I'm like, we've never had like a very long conversation at all, but like, I'm like, oh, like we are in a space right now where we kind of know each other now.
Yeah. I know. And there's something great to that too. Once you see you just know immediately. Once someone's been in the darkness, you're like, you get it. Yeah. We've been in the same place.
Yeah, we find each other too, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's why Sebastian was like coming over here.
Totally.
You knew I was fucked up.
Totally.
No. I mean, I was coming out of something. I was fucked up a little before him, and then he got fucked up, and then and then
he fucked you up so much. Oh my god! And now, the damage he's done.
And now I carry his cross, which is just fucking.
Hey, this fucking guy's talking about Lord of the Rings over here. I gotta bring it back to porn.
I got his fucking cross to bear, which is just Jesus giving head.
That's Rembrandt's The Prodigal Son. My parents bought it for me for my birthday, and literally, it's so big. It's such a big picture.
Rembrandt.
It's so big.
It's fucking huge. And like, I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. And then I put it up there because it's like a bass trap for the studio.
Yes.
So yeah, my parents, Jesus getting head.
My parents had a picture like a Picasso in the house, right?
Yeah.
And so I would tell my friends, I go, my parents have a Picasso. I go, my parents have a Picasso. And now when they're looking back, it's like the shittiest print, and it's in the fucking downstairs basement bathroom. And I could have swore, I told everyone, my parents have a real Picasso. And they put it in the fucking bathroom that literally smells like shit no matter what is going on.
Yeah, base level. Oh, God, basements. Oh,
the basement, and it was a picture of a Picasso. My parents also have a picture of a woman playing with herself in our living room.
It's my mother.
Can you believe that shit?
Wait, what's the context of it?
They have friends who was an artist when they were younger, painted this picture, And now they're just hanging up in the living room. It's got a little abstract, so it's like confusing. But once you realize it's like a woman rubbing herself, then that's what it is.
How old were you when you realized it? Same age as the seafood buffet?
No, I wish it was earlier. It was earlier. And because they would
ever
just...
since then, that's all I do. Woman on woman.
Oh my God! I'm so glad there's not a fucking dude in that.
Can you imagine?
I would have had to put my thumb over.
If I'm being really honest, I have no interest in women on women. If I'm being totally honest, I like
Where do I fit in here?
A man and a woman. Yeah, exactly. I need to be able to, just like how those fucking nerds watch the Marvel movies and they go, "I am Superman." Right? That's me. And I am Peter North. Right? It's the same fucking thing. It's replacing.
Has there ever been a character from fiction that you've done that with besides a porn star?
Yeah, probably. Like Mike. You ever seen that? Where the kid gets the Jordans he finds on the fucking thing and he throws them on. All of a sudden he's nasty at basketball. Little Bow Wow. Now basketball is my favorite sport. Yeah, I used to do that.
You lived through that.
Yeah,
I watch so few movies that it's so crazy. I never catch any references. It's very sad. My kids are going to watch movies all the time. You know, parents are like, you're not going to be allowed on your phone? Not me. I'm going to be streaming all the time.
They're going to have these fat ass... You ever see the kids with the iPads that have like cushions so they can throw them around?
Yes.
You ever look at a kid's iPad and go, why don't I have that?
Helmet? I know.
It's got a fucking helmet.
You seen those things that you can put around your body so you don't even have to hold the iPad? so you can just literally make your tits fat? literally just eat a bunch so your tits are fatter so then you fucking... Your iPad rests on you?
You're an entertainment center?
Oh
yes.
my God. Yeah, that's my dream. My dream is to be an entertainment center for a family. I want to be in the
corner.
corner.
Leave it to Sebastian for when we talk about anorexia, you're talking about fat tits. At the end of the you know when fucking your tits get fat?
Shut up, please.
Oh,
please.
God.
There's nothing wrong. Nice tits, fat tits. I mean, fat tits are nice, small tits are nice. Honestly, this is the most honest thing I'll say. This is the most honest thing I'll say probably all week. I love all tits. I love them all. There's not a titty. There's not a tit I don't like. Honestly, I swear to God.
I thought it was going to be like a nuanced thing. I love tits.
I love tits.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be vulnerable.
That's true.
I love titties.
I like them. And you know what? I think
this is hard for me to say.
Yeah.
I enjoy as a man. I enjoy a lot of different types.
And, a lot of people wouldn't admit they like old tits. But
it's taken me a lot of years to be able to say this.
Yeah, what am I doing? Save me, Patrick.
I love you. No, you're great. I love
you. Save me. Why'd you let me do
the
this?
fucking iPad with the cushion on it?
No, believe me. That's the best riff of the... You got the riff of the night.
That was the riff of the night.
Yeah. Congrats, Patrick.
Alyssa, I want to ask one more question before we wrap up.
One more question.
Don't worry, we have to cut about 20 minutes of Sebastian.
Don't you dare. No, they love that shit. There's a bunch of 12-year-old boys that are learning nothing from me right now. No, it's okay. You know what? I actually hope that little kids hear how stupid I am and then how thoughtful I am.
Yes. And they say, yes.
And because they go, I'm not stupid. Maybe one day I'll be thoughtful, you know?
Yes.
Because there was nobody in I guess I'm learning. But they're like, you need to know that, oh yeah, just because I'm a little fuck up doesn't mean that I can't be trying.
Have thoughts.
Yeah, and I can't so I am the guy that jokes about tits and I am the guy that totally. Still is like, okay, let me try to make good choices for myself so totally. I feel emotionally better.
Right, because you want to be an older guy who talks about tits. You know what I mean? You want
to that's the nightmare. Once I hit 30, I got to stop talking about this.
Tits? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is how do we, I mean, this is not a question that you can answer, but I don't think, but how do we communicate to people? You said 22, that's a hard age. It took me so long to understand that just being honest and authentic, is kind of like what heals you.
Yes.
And I guess just how would you communicate that if you could?
I think I would say that you have to be ready, which is a hard part, but also that it's always going to be scary to do it. So no matter if you do it now or you wait 5 years, it's going to be just as scary no matter what age you are. So if you can fight the urge to hide and just be honest when you're younger and find your people, you're saving yourself a lot of trouble. Totally. Because if you wait, it's just as hard 5 years later to, start being authentic, and you're wasting your time. And girl, you look good now. It's only going to get this is your prime. Be honest now.
It's kind of, I think about it sometimes. I'm like, the work we do with other comedians, we can talk about this shit, but the work we wind up getting hired for, is it just perpetuating this kind of stuff? You know what I mean? Like with image and with status and stuff like that. Like,
What do you mean?
Like what job could we get that wouldn't perpetuate like sort of the idea of status or the importance of your body or the importance of intelligence or the importance of, you know what I mean? Like to place people on different, like on a ladder rung. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's that when I watch either of you perform, I'm not looking at your bodies. I'm not looking at any. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care where you've been in school. I just know that you two are very, very joyful performers, and I like watching you. And I feel sometimes when I'm in my mom character, it's so freeing. And then other characters, but in particular, something about her, I don't care how my body looks. Like and there's something about like, if you're doing something that feels
you're
really
funny with your body in that when you're doing it,
because maybe I'm freeing my body because maybe I'm like I wouldn't do that in my so like I think maybe the way we free it is by just if we're doing what we actually think is really good and funny, people don't leave that any of our work thinking about our body. No,
not at all.
Not at all. But we do. But they don't. Yeah.
I don't think about anybody. I'm enjoying what they're doing.
Yes,
they're a complete thing.
Well, I mean, good comedy too is inherently like vulnerable. It's inherently like essentially
That's debatable.
All right. Well,
no, but I agree.
No, I 100% agree.
And I don't think you can be funny if you're not being honest with yourself. I think that's
even if
true.
it's impractical jokers, because laughing and having fun is being vulnerable.
I agree.
I was just being an ass.
No, I don't. It's okay.
No, but
so
they
what
are.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was just saying, like, I think that's a really good point. Like you're saying, when I watch people perform and I can connect with them, like, I think that's what it really is. It's like, it goes back to like connection. You know?
Sure.
I guess maybe I was just being cynical about the entertainment industry.
No, because I think comedy, we are lucky. We avoid a little bit because it's like,
What do you go out for?
Well, that's what I was just going to say, because I go out for dramatic stuff and I go out for comedic stuff. And dramatic stuff, I always care about how I look and how I did, and I like overthink it. Comedy, I always go in like, I don't care. I know how to be fun. So we almost have, I think comedy, we're lucky because we're not,
I get fucked with that shit with comedy.
Go on.
I gotta go in for fat guy number 4. Right? If only there's never 4 fat people in the scene.
Yeah.
Right? I've gone into auditions and they go, take your shirt off, take your pants off, let me see your underwear. Right?
Oh my God.
And I've cried in my car.
Of course.
Right? I've sat in my car and cried and then gone and eaten because,
of course.
I one time, the worst audition I ever had was, what was that show where on Fox? Fuck them. Where they would like someone would do something bad and they would see if people around would stand up for them.
Oh yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, right? And so I went in for it, and I was supposed to be a guy signing up to do a Spartan race or something, right? And they call me in, and then they have these 2 hot actors, and it was an audition, and they're supposed to stand there and just make fun of me. And the job of my job was, they go, just stand there and look sad. And so my audition was me just standing there looking sad.
While people
who aren't fucking funny
are being mean,
are trying to be funny and be mean to me.
Well, I guess that's what I was bringing up before. It's like,
I know. That's probably why it's in my head now.
Because like, it's like, that's the sort of thing that like a lot of people think is funny. And it's like, meanwhile, like the funniest motherfucker in the world, you know what I mean?
It has nothing to do with
No,
and
it perpetuates the idea of like status and shit like that. You know, it's fucking insane, and it's just crazy that a lot of that shit is popular.
So for me, like, I hate going. I don't want to go out for commercials because nobody wants me to sell their product.
Yeah,
because they go, oh, you're gross. Why would I want you to be like, if you buy your product, you might be like this person? I don't want that. So if I go in for an audition, I'm always like, you seen those like stupid Subway commercials? It's like, if you eat Subway, this is what you feel like. If you eat a burger, oh, this is who you are. Right?
Oh my God.
That's like the shit. And so I go, I don't go in for this.
No, of course. Yeah. Why would I?
I'm too fucking. No. I can't. I'm also the soft. I'm the softest person in the world. I can't. I could break down. I'm always one sentence away from crying.
Yeah, me too. And that's the craziest part. Almost all comedians, we're so sensitive. You say that you could literally say 2 words and I'll be dead. I know.
And it's like I just can't do that anymore. And I remember having to have conversations with people that like help me get stuff and stuff like that. Being like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And that's hard too. So like,
I think that the end goal is that we just make our own stuff, and then we say, no, this is how I'm funny. I'm not just a girl. I'm not going to be the girl or the butt of the joke in this thing. Like I'm funny as
I mean, for women, it's a different problem.
Yeah.
Right. It's like they sexualize you or you're one note or bullshit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's hard.
I go on a lot for just like woman who is tough on the outside, but after the whole episode, she finally cracks just a little. That's almost
she's got a heart.
Yeah, she's got it. Yeah. That's what I go in for a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's have you guys ever had a job that you got hired for where it was genuinely creatively satisfying at the end of the day, like where you got paid, you worked, you were you were present, you got to do your thing?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. It's great, right?
It's the lucky boy.
It's truly the best thing.
It's truly the best. And
you have, right?
Yeah, I definitely have. And it makes you keep doing it. It's crazy. It's like
all
we need is one of those a year, and it's like, all right, I can keep going because it does feel so good that it makes everything be like, yeah, this is what it's for.
Every now and then I get to do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
I know. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Who knows what we're doing?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Are you excited about LA?
I am. Like I said, I think I'm excited. Like career wise, I'm excited to be out there and be auditioning for stuff that's out there.
Sure, there's more.
There's more.
That's what I heard. I've never been.
It's so. I mean, there's just.
You've never been there, period?
No, I've never been there.
You gotta come.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I got. No one ever asked me.
Well, no, that wasn't not an official invite. It was just sort of. It was just sort of a thing to say.
You got a quiet block, right? You say, I'll be there. I'll take a walk with you.
Well, I'm glad we got you in before you fully have moved, because we tried to get you before you moved, and then you came back. Thank you for also emailing us, because I'm so happy we got a chance to talk to you.
Of course, and
it's so hard to ask people to do this. Me and Patrick talk about it. It's because like I also, if we ask someone, feel free to say no. Like, and so it's so nice when someone's like, we ask them, and then like, I do want to do this.
Totally, because May and ours is about mental health, and it's always awkward to have to be like, you seem like someone who's a little fun.
I'm reaching out because I want you on my podcast. The theme of it is
but you never know who never know who deals with stuff.
Totally. And everyone does. And that's the beauty of it, is like the more you do this, it's like, anyone you bring in after about 10 minutes, there's something.
Yeah, it's
all the same. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
And because it's how it affects you. It could feel small. Like someone could talk about their problem to me and it might feel small, right?
Right.
But then I go, but that might be the big thing for you.
Totally.
Right? It's about how things affect you. It's how you react to them.
Totally.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
You hear me? I'm in therapy.
Hey!
Alyssa, thank you so much for coming on. Do you want to plug anything?
No, at Alyssa Limp. Come watch my stuff.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
And follow us at Who You Were Pod on Twitter, Who You Were Podcast on Instagram. Sebastian, anything to plug?
When's this come out?
Tomorrow.
No, I got nothing.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Bye.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Who You Were. Please subscribe, rate, and review. Guest before and after pics on Instagram at Who You Were Podcast. Send your before and after pics to whouYouWerePodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at Who You Were Podcast. This podcast is produced independently. If you'd like to support it, please visit patreon.com/PatrickNoth. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.